So let's get right to our big story tonight. And if you ever wanted a reason for saving, scraps of paper, photographs, and things like this, this is the reason you should. Because there is a woman here in Southern California who has been saving this stuff for nearly 4 decades now. And what she discovered, she has an amazing treasure. We call it a rock and roll treasure. Take a look. The British invasion, the Beatles, and the Rolling Stones, their music, their fashion, and their swagger. Rock and roll's first supergroups took America by storm in the 1960s, changing the cultural landscape of American youth.
I was just in awe of all the beautiful people, and they were just our friends. It was amazing.
Now, almost 50 years later, like a mirage emerging from a desert oasis, this Southern California woman has answers to questions that rock fans have been asking for decades.
And then it's just page after page.
The answers lie within photo albums full of rare Polaroids, lyrics, letters, and recordings, items the public has never seen until now.
I met Jesse in '66 in L.A.
64-year-old Patty Daly was the ultimate rock and roll insider. The love of her life, Jesse Ed Davis, was one of the greatest unsung guitar heroes in rock and roll.
He was just the most subtle, tasty guitar player. When rock and roll was really happening, everyone loved his playing and sought after him to play on their records.
Legends like all the Beatles, members of the Rolling Stones, Rod Stewart, the Faces, and more all enlisted Davis's skill on his trademark Fender Telecaster.
I hear him still on the radio. I'll listen to the old stations, and it's wonderful. It makes my heart smile.
For more than a decade, she toured the world with Jesse and her young son Billy, not only bearing witness, but also documenting what is now a legendary time in pop culture.
It's amazing. We're looking at these photos, but these aren't prints that were taken. These are the original photos that you have kept for all these years.
A mother, armed with a Polaroid camera, Patty took candid one-of-a-kind pictures of icons in rock.
I just kept my Polaroid camera on me all the time. It was in my person.
From a young Mick Jagger and Charlie Watts.
Mick's just a baby in that one.
Yeah, he's young.
To a carefree Ronnie Woods before he joined the Stones. To a series of Beatle photos post the breakup, many taken during John Lennon's Lost Weekend. In 1973, Lennon separated from his wife Yoko and began an 18-month relationship with his secretary May Pang, a relationship Yoko reportedly initiated, and the couple spent quite a bit of time here at this Santa Monica beach house. Lennon later referred to this time as his Lost Weekend.
This picture is John in the morning at the Santa Monica Beach House having his cup of tea. That's my son played backgammon with Ringo, always out by the pool.
But perhaps the rarest set of photos she owns are 2 Polaroids of Paul McCartney playing a piano inside Lennon's beach house in 1974. It was their first meeting since the Beatle breakup in 1970.
It's incredible. It's incredible. I mean, a lot of these things are things you've only read about.
We showed the items to Chris Carter, host of Breakfast with the Beatles, the longest-running Beatle radio program in the United States.
Just amazing, I saw a picture of, Mickey Dolenz like climbing up a hill, and, a picture of Keith Moon on the shag carpet. These are rock icons, and these are pictures no one's ever seen.
Amazingly, Patty's treasure includes more than just photos. Handwritten cards from George Harrison and John Lennon, personal notes from historic recording sessions, all signed by the musicians who were there, and the potential motherlode, John Lennon's lyrics from his Walls and Bridges recording sessions, including what is believed to be his handwritten lyrics to his only #1 song.
Whatever gets you through the night, it's all right.
That's John's writing, and it's whatever gets you through the night.
So when he was recording the song, he'd be reading off this?
Yes, he'd put it in the podium and sing.
And then when they were done with the recording session,
I just walked by.
I love this. She just comes up the podium and, okay.
I don't think
and he didn't care.
As for Patty, she's not sure what she'll do with her treasure. She admits, though, that it was an incredible time in her life, and now she wants to share it with the world.
What a wonderful life you've had. Do you realize that?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, very, very lucky. Very, very.
I feel very privileged to have met the people I've met and heard the music I've heard.
She is such a sweet woman, and Patty and her boyfriend Jesse, they broke up in the kind of late 70s. He continued to play with a lot of great rock and roll bands until his death in 1988.